live in sunny Los Angeles.
No, we're actually not at the moment.
Oh.
We're at the Dunkin' Donuts 5 minutes away from where you're sitting at the moment. We didn't want to blow your mind with where we could be or what we could be doing. We wanted to come back and give you something that really hits where the heart is.
So let's go to a place more suitable for success, because, you know, we're successful people. We are in the studies program. We're going to snap our fingers and we're going to take you to this great place now.
Dang it.
This isn't what we meant by
No.
going back to our roots or whatever.
We're close, but
I mean,
we're close. Almost.
all right, let's try again, guys. Yeah, we don't get to go anywhere until we snap our fingers. And we arrived back to our old stomping grounds where we filmed a few of our own videos from back in the day for the studies program.
The wonderful Triton track,
Yeah.
where it literally all started.
Yes, exactly. We filmed a few things here.
This feels right. This feels good, guys.
It feels good to be home.
Except that there's some changes. I mean, there's a wall of distinction. And why are we on that wall?
Where's the studies wall distinction?
Yeah, that'd be filled if it was a studies wall, just saying.
So we heard some of you younglings need convincing as to why the studies program is a guarantee to excellence.
So we went back and we interviewed some people who used to be in some of our videos, but were also in the studies program throughout the years. And we wanted to just prove to you guys how important it was to us and how much it really actually can change your lives, no matter how cheesy and corny or cliche that sounds. Like, there's a reason that we all wanted to do this video, and we're going to show you why.
Okay, let's skip down here. We're reading this off of Robin's phone right now. How has the studies program impacted your life?
None. No impact.
I hated making new friends. Like, who wants to make new friends? I hated going on field trips, going out to dinners. Like, who eats, right? Not me, right? I didn't like having a good time. I didn't like learning while having a good time. So if you don't want to do those things, I don't know if the program's right for you.
Studies definitely taught me critical thinking skills and public speaking skills. I worked for North Shore for 5 years and I was a sales manager, so I oversaw about 400 employees, about an $85 million store. So I was public speaking all the time. And the only high school class that I took that taught me how to, the balls to get up and talk in front of people was the studies program. Yeah, every other class, even at college, they really never kind of encouraged it. But I do remember being 16 and like shivering in front of a class of 30 kids and not knowing what to do. And it kind of taught me, how to gain the confidence to talk in front of people.
Yeah, I think studies has impacted my life besides the relationships and the friendships, just the way the program was designed to be collaborative and to be project oriented. That has really benefited me in teaching because
Yes.
I try to model off of that.
The studies program allowed me to talk to some kids that I probably wouldn't have talked to if I wasn't in the program. There was kids that were extremely smart. Me, not so much. I was there above basic, but not there at honors, so I'm like teetering in the middle. That's why I took the class. And you really got some people like me. You had some people that just wanted to do something extra for college, and then you had people that were right up there with the honors or National Honor Society level, but wanted to try something different that wasn't offered before.
I think the biggest thing for us, there's a lot of impacts and we can get into other things, but we have a very close group of friends and it all stemmed from American Studies our sophomore year when we joined. A few of us were kind of like friends before the studies program,
Right.
but then like me and my best friend and Kate and her best friend are now all best friends because of the studies program. It kind of brought us all together.
Yeah.
Originally there was a group of 10 of us that all through high school we were very close and we did everything together. By junior, senior year, best friends. And we still keep in touch with each other, just kind of everyone's dispersed, doing their own things. But we still try to get together every Thanksgiving. We have a breakfast and we try to get everyone together. And we've been doing that since we were seniors in high school.
Yeah.
So Lynch made us read a novel called The History of the World in 10.5 Chapters. I remember reading every chapter and being like, this is the most asinine book ever. I do not understand a single word of it. until we got into class and discussed it, and I was like, this is absolutely the most brilliant piece of work I've ever read. And that was when I realized that I'm reading books in my everyday all wrong. So she not only kind of brought that book to life to me, but made me question and reassess how I looked at other works that I was reading from there and then on, right?
So I know one question that is challenging but really important to this that we can end with is, what is one word you can use to describe the studies program?
This is hard.
It is hard.
I'm gonna go with creative. I'm gonna say creative, not just because if you are creative, you should join because you're going to be doing a lot of creative activities, but also just the program in and of itself is creative in its approach, and it's just unique. It's a unique experience, and I remember telling people in college about it, and still, you know, kids to this day, or people that I talk to this day, like how it was just such a unique and different approach to learning at the time that we weren't getting in other places, and how it benefited me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use the word transforming, because I think it transformed me as a learner and as a teacher and educator now. I think it taught me how to enjoy learning. It taught me how to think outside the box. It taught me how to make connections and real life applications. Take what we're learning and make real life applications.
I agreed to be a part of this video because the program really meant that much to me. And I really think that future students and members of the studies program will really benefit from it. I wouldn't have driven here from Philadelphia to the undisclosed location if I didn't feel strongly about it. I feel like this is a great program, and it'll teach you life lessons that you'll use for the rest of your life.
Anyway, you should join. The program should stay. It's important and amazing. And Todd's calling us right now.
So
let's answer it.
All right, everyone. I'm here in post-production with McKelvey and Charles. They're right back there. Say hi, guys.
Hey.
And the video is so long, which is great because we have plenty of material to work with. So many people reached out and said they wanted to be a part of this video. But now there's not enough room for us to say our stuff. So we're just going to do one quick thing and let you know why we decided to make this video. So guys, let's begin.
Yeah, not many classes actually let you fully grasp what you're learning. When we went over World War II, we actually brought in a Holocaust survivor. We went to the Holocaust Museum. So they're not just statistics that you see on pieces of paper. It's not just text written in a book, but you actually get to experience it yourself. You actually get to feel what you're learning. And like, that's essentially the idea. Like, maybe you're not interested in it. Maybe, you know, school, you know, you don't like going to class, or, you know, you think it's boring or whatever. But this is the way that you're actually supposed to learn. You're supposed to be immersed in what you're actually reading and what you're going over.
I consider myself a writer, and I found that out during the studies program. One of the things I write about the most is actually my time in the studies program. And I know Mrs. Winch likes to say, don't dwell on the past, focus on your present, and let that impact your future. But my present was changed so much by my past in that program that it'll still continue to change my future for the better.
So day one, not even day one of studies, day one of meeting Miss Winch, was Halloween, and I was wearing a dollar store fairy costume, boxers that I definitely should have been thrown out for, full makeup, eyelashes looked great, a wand, and she came in and she was teaching us about etiquette, which frankly we needed at the time, and that's the sort of person she is. When she hears about somebody else having trouble, she'll come on in and give the other class the business when they need to get it together. And I protested to something she was saying, and protested vehemently. I ended up in a shouting match with her, dressed as a fairy in makeup, and it was rough. And then the next year, or probably 2 years after that, actually, before I took her class, she came and I heard a tap on the door, and she pulled me out of the history class. And I was pulled out into the hallway, and I was petrified of this 5'6" gray-haired woman in a sarong with glasses, and I was, again, not prepared. And she said, she's like, I talked to some of my current students and was trying to get a feel for who was coming into the program, and I had heard we'd met before. And I immediately dissolved a little bit there. I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. And she's like, no, it means that there's going to be conflict. There's something to strike up against. There's somebody who's willing to protest and fight. And to me, that was a big deal. You know, I don't like being told really much of anything. And to have somebody who understands you don't like being told much of anything, but understands what it is you need to be told, regardless of how poorly you're dressed at the moment, is invaluable.
So one other thing I was informed by my sister, who is actually Mrs. Krish. I asked her about if they still do Mr. Mustang, and she said that it's not that big of a deal anymore, Mr. Mustang. It's all about Miss Mustang now. I mean, then again, we got $25 gift cards for winning, and Miss Mustang got like $3,000 scholarships. But I was in Mr. Mustang, and I believe Charles was too. But I represented Mr. Contemporary Studies. And I remember getting permission to do that and being all excited that I got to do that and represent our class. And I remember the question that I got was, who is someone that you look up to? And I named the studies teachers. And I remember not really remembering what I said, but just knowing that I was so proud of myself for even being up there, and remembering that back in sophomore year, that timid kid coming into the studies program with my broken arm and a cast, and I went in there and I met these guys, and right away McKelvey started giving me a hard time, and Charles joined in.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 10 years. It's more than 10 years later, and we're still sitting together making videos like we used to. It's just, you know, the good old days, and
Cracking wise.
And it's because of the studies program that all this is still happening, and that so many people have reached out. This is where we kind of start putting the names of all the people that have said they wanted to be a part of this. There were a lot of people that wanted to be a part of this video that we just couldn't fit, so we asked them to send us their names and what they do now, and that's what we're going to be showing to you guys wherever side of the screen it comes up on. And just know that all these people care so much about keeping the studies program alive and doing whatever they can to convince you guys that just try it. Just take the leap of faith. Another cliche for you. Just take that leap of faith and just trust that what we're saying is going to pay off for you guys in the end, and maybe one day you can be alongside of us fighting for this program. Well, hopefully you don't have to fight for it because it'll still be around, but like, you get the point. You're on our side and you understand, and we have that common bond that we can share with you later.
Not for nothing, lads and lasses, we're not asking for all that much here. You're stuck with an English and history class next year anyway. How many other people have put in this much effort to tell you to take these specific ones? So just give it a roll. Worst comes to worst, you're back where you started next year. No worse for the effort.
All right, guys, this is our final send-off. We just wanted to say thanks to the teachers that are still keeping this program alive for the students who are in it now, and hopefully for the students who will be in it in the future.
Big ups to Miss Winch, naturally, madam, and to all the studies teachers, past and present, all the fallen soldiers. Big ups.
Yeah, for all the teachers that we had when we were there through the studies program, thank you for dealing with us, for forcing us to actually do what we were supposed to do, seeing our potential and not accepting the BS that we handed in. And for the ones that we didn't, thank you for picking up the flag and continuing to carry it forward and keeping the studies program what the studies program is.
We hope.
See you later, guys.
Very well.
One more snap of the fingers.